So Ponzinibbio, who's on like a 7-fight winning streak, does everything right except isn't completely known by the fans for whatever reason, right? Him and Leon Edwards are kind of in a similar spot where these killers on this killer run that would have gotten anybody else championship fights by now, but they're in this spot. Seen other people in it. Damian Maia went through it for a little bit. Matt Brown went through it for a little bit. We've seen this before, but it is rare. And so he's got a fight coming up with Robbie Lawler. And that's going to solve a few problems. I mean, first off, you have to respect him if he can get over on Robbie Lawler. Okay? If he moves to an 8-fight win streak and one of those wins is over the former champ, he's going to be known. Reality. And that's one thing he needs. So the fight makes sense. Ponzinibbio pulls out for whatever reason, but he pulls out. Now the question is, does Lawler stay in? History would say yes. Lawler would stay in and they find him a replacement. History, but not a perfect history. That's not always the way it goes. Well, all of a sudden, Mike Perry speaks up before anybody else does. And Mike Perry comes to the table and says, give me the Lawler fight. I don't mind anything about it. I don't mind the weight class. I don't mind the date. I don't mind the opponent. Oh, and before anybody responds to this, don't tell me Lawler didn't say yes. Lawler always says yes. And that's a fun fight. So send me a contract. Okay. I can't argue with one single point that Mike Perry made. By the way, I don't know that I ever like to argue with Mike Perry's points because I'm in. Whatever Perry's... I watched Perry rescue a turtle that somebody recorded on an iPhone. And I shared it with friends. And nothing was spoken. It was like, oh, hey, Mr. Turtle, let me... He just got out of his car and saved a turtle and would put it... And I spread it around to people. There's something about Perry that just works, period. I don't need to tell you guys there's something about Lawler that works, okay? That would be an intense... Could you imagine the walkout? Just imagine the walk. There is nobody in cage fighting that looks like they should be in cage fighting more than Robbie Lawler. No one. He is number one. When he comes out of the tunnel, when they shut that door behind him, when his little beady brown eyes are locked on his opponent. You remember when Mike Tyson used to stare somebody down? And the person would be bobbing back and forth and Mike would be dead still, but his eyes would be following him the whole time. His jaw would be locked. Robbie Lawler brings that same special look to the fight. Okay, he's got skills to back it up too, but he also brings that look. Then imagine Perry's crazy ass comes out dancing. He's got his wife singing in the back. Remember the last walkout? It was insane. He breaks into a salsa dance. Then he gets into a dog fight. He and Lawler are going to be dogfight, period. No way around it. That is a fun fight. And I think that Perry made his case. And I really did like how Perry almost challenged the promotion, challenged anybody to tell him no. Because don't come back and tell me people don't want that. And don't tell me that's not going to be fun. And don't tell me that Lawler doesn't want it. Lawler doesn't give a damn. And Perry's right.
Uncle Chael, Uncle Chael.